You've been breeding Kangals for almost 30 years. What should people know about the breed's origins?
Kangals developed on the Anatolian Plateau, mainly in Turkey's Sivas region. They have thousands of years of history and were shaped by extremely tough selection as working shepherd dogs. Their job was always to protect livestock from predators across vast open land. Today, with traditional shepherding in decline, they're more often used as property guardians in rural villages. Similar dogs exist elsewhere, like Georgia, but the Kangal's heartland is Sivas.
How do they differ from other Eastern Shepherd dogs?
They're calmer and more selective in their reactions. Right now, several adults are roaming around us, but they're resting quietly because there's no perceived threat. If they were Caucasian shepherds, you wouldn't be sitting here. Kangals act only when something's out of the ordinary. If you started shouting, they'd be on you instantly, but they're not unnecessarily aggressive. They make instinctive, accurate decisions and work largely on their own, guided by centuries of ingrained behavior. They're hardy, low maintenance, and very independent, sometimes hard to love, but worth it. They instinctively assess the situation with pinpoint accuracy and make the right decision. They are extremely hardy and low maintenance, hard to love, but worth it. Look outside, it's raining, yet they're lying out in it even though they could go into their shelters. In summer they dig themselves in, and even in winter they don't want to come into the house. If we take the Anatolian example, they function perfectly well between -30 and +30 degrees Celsius.
The breed is famous for its strength, especially bite force. Fact or legend?
In Anatolia, they've proven to be the best fit for the environment, just as other shepherd breeds have in their own regions. I suspect the bite force claims are true. I feed only meat, and my dogs crush cow leg bones and pig skulls like nothing.
Who should own a Kangal?
Ideally, people with large areas and livestock. This is their natural environment. They can adapt to smaller properties, but I rarely sell them into such situations. Most of my dogs go abroad to Texas, Canada, Brazil, and increasingly back to Turkey. They're not circus animals for tricks. They're strong-willed working dogs, affectionate with owners but tough with other dogs.
How do you raise them?
I let nature take the lead. I don't over-vaccinate breeding females or interfere with their choice of whelping site. I see other breeders boast about puppies being born in whelping boxes under lights all night, even with Eastern Shepherd dogs. These dogs naturally dig themselves in before giving birth and don't bring the puppies out for the first weeks. I allow, and even like this, because it's their natural state. The female needs melatonin for birth, which requires darkness, so you shouldn't keep them lit or in bright spaces. For the first month, I don't handle the pups, mother knows best. I feed them meat and move their feeding spots to encourage movement and early selection. Not all pups are top working dogs. Usually 2 in a litter stand out. The weaker ones are sterilized and rehomed.
How healthy are they?
Extremely healthy. I can't recall any serious illness among my 30 dogs in the last 15, 20 years, which I credit to strong genetics and a natural meat diet.
What is the Kangal population like in Western Europe and the USA? How popular is the breed?
Unfortunately, in the West, not everything called a Kangal actually is one. The breed passes on traits very strongly, which is good but also a trap. Often a puppy's parent isn't even a Kangal, yet it's sold as one, and this is hard to spot. The first generation may still look like a Kangal, but the second generation completely falls apart. The breed is good and functional when it has a long muzzle, light legs, and a slender waist, unlike the mastiff-type, bulky, droopy-faced, stern-looking mixes or Malakli dogs. I once had a dog imported from Turkey that escaped there and lived wild for several years. Eventually she was caught and brought to me. Taming her was hard, but I managed. She was 15 kilos lighter than a similar one, yet had so much fire, energy, and vitality like few other Kangals. That's why I often say, the Kangal is perhaps truly defined by what's inside the dog.